Hi, and welcome to part two, where part one was just talking about how to create the start of the discipline referral. So just email the principal letting them know that, hey, there's a discipline referral. This second part is after you've put the information into the sheet, it'll then create a second document with this information in it. This is what will be printed out and put in their file, because this will have, their actual consequences and what happened to that referral. So we're going to start a new job. What we're going to title it as, this is going to be the final. And I've already created a document here, so we're going to look at it. So this is what it will look like. It's a lot of the same, except there's these additional tags at the end of principal's actions, number of days, start date, end date, and additional notes and who was the principal that saw that student. So that, these are the other information that the principal is going to be putting in. So this will be added into that box there, or those files there. So now it's going to go through and fetch those tags. Today is not mapped, so this means that, if it says today, it doesn't know where to put that information. So today is going to be the date. Student's first name will be student's first name, and student's last name will be student's last name. Everything else is matched up and tagged properly. All right, what do I want to title this new file? I'm just pulling this across from what I had it titled last year. So it's discipline referral for student's last name, student's first name, the date, the period, and their grade. I again want to create this in a Google Docs. Choose a destination folder. So I'm going to go into my Google Drive and say where I want it to be saved as. So I have my discipline referral output. I'm sorry, I don't want it to go there. I want it to go in that file, but in a separate one. So discipline referral output, and I want it to go into the final. Dynamic folder reference, I don't use that. So merge conditions, I don't want this to run unless it has certain columns filled out, right? Because I don't want this to run if it doesn't have the seen by or the principal's actions, because I want, that information in there. I don't want it to be creating blank documents. So I want the column for seen by, so the principal who saw the student, to be not null, so to be not empty. And I also want the principal's actions to be not null. So I want those two things to be filled in before it'll run the AutoCrat, before it'll create the document. Do I want this document to be shared? Yes. I then want this to email the secretary, because she'll be the one printing this off. And so she'll then know, hey, this is ready for me to print off and put into the student's folder. The subject will be discipline referral complete, and the body of the email. So do I want it to run every time the form is made? No, because every time a form is made, I won't have the seen by or the principal actions, because the teacher will fill it out. The principals won't see them instantly. Run on a time trigger. Yeah, if those two columns are done, so if the seen by is done and the principal's actions is done, then we're going to want it to run let's say every 12 hours. And that'll be it. So now, anytime that the seen by and the principal's actions is filled out, it'll then be put into that final folder. Once it's in that final folder, the secretary will then look at it and say, oh, okay, and that she will move it into the printed archive so that she knows what was printed and what was completed, so she won't get bogged down by all that information. So this is how you then create nice looking documents using AutoCrat for your disciplinary referrals.